Good morning. If you want to see how we built these four large, heavy-duty sawhorses, stay tuned because that's what we're going to do today. Well, welcome to another Memphis Monday 314, the second week of our 7th year. Pretty amazing. Today we're going to make some sawhorses. Got some big outdoor projects planned. I may give you a little preview of that, which is kind of motivating this. And we need some more sawhorses. I have a reference up there of Memphis Monday 244, where we made 4 other sawhorses. We used recycled and scrapped wood, and we experimented around a little bit. Well, these are going to be more conventional design. I'm going to make them out of new deck wood, so they can be left outside a little bit. But let's knock off the chit chat and get to work. This is what's kind of motivating these new sawhorses. You can see all this new wood here with some new roofing material. And here's the big project. We've got that shed roof there that wraps all the way around the east side. Then when we get over here to this side, we don't. What we're going to do is we're going to tear that little shed roof right there. We're going to tear it down and try to recycle the tin, some of the wood. Then we're going to wrap the larger shed roof around this corner and then all the way down to the end of the building. So you can see that's a big job. We got to be prepared. Here's some of them sawhorses in action from Memphis Monday 244. I'm holding up this ton of wet deck wood. They're killer strong, but the design didn't work and they're incredibly ugly. I'm still going to use them though. Here's an example of one of the sawhorses we built in Memphis Monday 244. The concept was we're going to put this pyramid shaped column through there and be able to slide the whole leg assembly onto that pyramid. Well, it slides on okay, but as I think surely somebody pointed out in the comments, even if that is a good fit, it's still going to be wobbly. So I ended up having to put screws into that post. And here's I already built one, so I have one to show. This is instead of trying to reinvent the sawhorse, this is a more conventional design. I'm using 5/4 for the legs and 2-inch 2x6 2x6s for the top. The legs slope out at 5 degrees and they're tapered. There's a lot of angles and dangles on this thing, but kind of simplify it in your mind. There's only 3 parts. We got the legs, the gussets, and the back or the top. Let's do the top first. It's a 2x6, and we're going to put a 10-degree angle on both sides, and the back is going to be 45 inches long. anybody asks you what the angle of these legs are supposed to be, I think the standard answer is 15 degrees. But I like the legs a little bit more under the sawhorse. To me, it makes it stronger. It's not as stable this way, but it holds a lot more weight going down. So I got my angles at 12.5 degrees. Achieve that angle by putting that 12.5 degree angle on both sides of this 2x6. This would be a kind of a two-stage process. I'll run all three of my backs through and get the first angle, and then I'll have to move my fence in and do the other. And there's a safety issue involved here that I'll tell you about in just a minute. You never want to lean. You never want to lean your blade toward the fence. See how that's bound in there? That's like a rail gun. I'll shoot that board out of there like that, and if you're in the way, with a big board like this, it'd probably stall my saw. A bigger saw, it wouldn't stall. But if you're trying to cut, I actually seen guys on YouTube set their saw up like this and running a board through there. Well, that's going to catch that wood and it's going to sling it out right back through here, and with dire consequences. Now I have it set up correctly. See, the blade is pointing away from the saw, or from the fence, so nothing will get pinched in there. Three backs with the 12.5 degree angles, all ready to receive the legs. Let's worry about the legs. We've got 12 legs to make. They're angled back 5 degrees and they're 36 inches long. So let me show you how we do that. Now how we do that is cut a 5 degree angle up here at the top and also at the bottom, so the thing will sit flat. The correct and perhaps professional way to do this is to cut a compound angle here, 5 degrees this way and 12.5 degrees the other. And I'm going to show you how. We're not going to do it that way, but I'm going to show you how to do it in case that's the way you want to do it. So I got my 5 degrees here, and now I'll set my 12 degrees, 12.5 degrees over here. And if you can see what I'm doing. Okay. So now I got my saw 12.5 degrees cutting this way and 5 degrees going this way. So this is a compound cut. Show you how it works. If you have that cut, you do that compound cut, then when you install your leg, this angle right here matches the top of your back here, so it's flush like this is. We're not going to do it this way. We're going to attach it with a 90 degree angle, and then we're just going to sand or grind this off over here because it's easier to line up. But if you want to do it right, this is the right way. Now I've got this angled stop block set up that is 36 inches from a blade. I've got to cut 12 of these, so make it as, I want to make sure that they're all exactly the same. On our prototype, I actually cut these angled legs here with a jigsaw. Completely built the thing up and then just traced a line and, you know, cut it with a jigsaw. And that's the way I was going to do it for the rest of them, but I got so many of them to do. I got 12 to do, so I'm going to use a tapering jig. But if you're going to do this, if you're going to make one of these classic sawhorses, you can cut this with a jigsaw or a skill saw or whatever you want. You could even use a handsaw. The tapering jig, I almost always just make a new tapering jig for each individual project. They're real easy to make. Kind of make it adjustable with these wedges here. If you've never made a tapering jig or don't know how it really works, pretty simple. You just take a square board, you can run that against your fence, and then you put whatever you want to taper at whatever angle you want, and then your saw will run right along there, parallel with the fence, but cutting that angle you want. My splayed legs fit right on the back, just like that. So if it's on this side, it'll be that way. If it's on the other side, it's this way. I got the legs done. Now what we have to make are these, they're called gussets. They stabilize the leg and hold up the top. Let's show you how we make them. Got to make 12 of them. So I made up this little curved stop block. So it'll go right in here like that. I'll make this one, show you how it works. The gussets and the legs are finished. Let's do a little assembly. This is my custom made assembly jig. What I'll do is put my back on there. And then attach my legs looks like this. But these angles and everything, it's kind of hard to clamp these. So what I've done is I'm just going to line that inside corner right up with the edge here, and that should perfectly splay it. Then I'm going to put the brads in. So now the brads will keep it from, sliding around. I mean, they'll be gone in weeks. They'll just rust away, but it doesn't matter. So here I am on the other side putting the other leg on. I got 12 of these legs to put on. Let me finish putting these legs on, and then we'll start working on the gussets. I want these sawhorses to be all identical. So what I've done here is I've got a clamp holding the gussets on. And I got this crossbar here that I wedged down in there to get the angle of the legs just right. And then I pounded the braces down. So now I can just go through and put the screws in. Here's how my adjustment scheme works. See, this one's, that needs to come over a little bit. So the last thing we've got to do on these things is flatten out these edges. You know, remember I told you the right way to do it is if you do it on the chop saw, but I'm choosing to do it this way. And if you have a grinder like this with one of these grinding wheels, you can make short work of it. Now, if you do this with a grinder or a sander, you need to wear a mask, but I'd also recommend getting a big fan to blow the dust out. Our sawhorses for Memphis Monday 314. They're tall, they're 36 inches tall, 45 inches long, made out of deck wood, treated. Each one is held together with 36 deck screws. I think we're going to get some pretty good service out of them. Well, that does it for another Memphis Monday 314. Today we built 4 large, heavy-duty sawhorses. We're going to be doing some more deck and shed roof work here in the next few weeks, and we needed some more sawhorses to support that effort. These are my other sawhorses from Memphis Monday 244. I had to modify my design was faulty, which means that they didn't work right. I had to re-nail them. But these are a conventional design. These are probably the most popular configuration. They're simple. You can make them with hand tools. They're normally made with nails. We use screws, but they're normally made with nails. Okay, that's week 2 of year 7. Like, favorite, share, all the stuff you do on the internet. Most important, make sure you're back here next week for another exciting Memphis Monday.